Okay, I'm gonna make a little bit different video. I already got the flash, the duck feather, and the little bass jig on it. Chartreuse head. You take long feathers, take a long feather with the little tool, the little tweezer pliers, squeeze, put your finger in that, and you squeeze it, and take that feather and clamp it in there, and it holds it so you can twist it. But this makes the little body, the little feather stick up. So you use the long feathers. There's all different kinds, but there's some long ones. And then these two little plumes I got, they're all long feathers. Anyhow, on the long feather, at the tip where it goes into the body, it's stiff. So you take where it's most pliable and bendable, and then where it gets backbone and stiff, you cut that off, because you're going to twist it around and make the body stand up. So you can't twist it if it's stiff. So you get about where it's stiff is about right there, about almost a little less than a half, and trim that off. Okay, then there's my feather. Okay, now I've been playing around with trying to make them see-through, like an incandescent plastic. I take the chenille. Oh, I might now turn here. You gotta put the feather on first. You gotta put that feather on. Start at the back, and you do go about 1/16 of an inch, and you wind that feather on there, because it's got to trap that feather and you can't pull it out. You can't be able to pull it out. So wind that up good, get that good and tight. All right, there's your feather. Got that where it won't pull out. Then I put my flash chenille on there. Get that on there tight. Right, lay that back. Then I take a piece of the acrylic yarn and I wind that on there. This is kind of where it gets a little tricky, because you got 3 things you're going to do here. So I've got to get everything wound good and tight where it will not pull out. All right, bring the string to the front, because the front is the finished part. So I wrap my pink, and you try to keep it small. Get it real tight. Keeping it tight all the way to the front. All right. You just wrap that 3 or 4 times and lock that pink down. 3, 4. All right. And that's all locked in. All right, cut that off. And then you got your pink. That's kind of like a base. And you take that chenille and you wrap it, and you're leaving gaps. You don't want it real tight together, so I'll get it one wrapped around. I'll leave a little gap so you can see through it and see the pink underneath. Leave little gaps. All right, got that to the front. And you can see through that and see the pink underneath of it. All right, and it's kind of flared out a little bit with that chenille, and that gives it an incandescent look, kind of like a plastic, because you can see all the sparkle of the chenille, and then you see the pink underneath of it, and it gives it kind of like a depth to it. And then I lock that in, trap that, and then we're done with that. And I got that long feather sticking out there. And take your little pliers, kind of tough. Hope my feather's long enough. Looks kind of short. Anyhow, I can't see it that good. All right, and you grab that with your little pliers, and you gotta be careful not pull it out of the pliers. So if you got everything, and then you kind of just, and you're leaving gaps with this too, and you just spin that up and see how that's standing up. You leave gaps. Ah, oh, see, I pulled too hard. All right, this is really where I'm not real good at doing this yet. You can't pull real hard, and you leave little 1/16 inch gaps, and you can't pull it tight, and then you get it up to the front, and you try to leave it tight as you can, and then wherever it stops, you just got to lock it in. I've seen a lot of people use the wire, and they'll rewrap it with wire to lock it, but it's locked good in the back and locked good in the front. And I do this 3 or 4 or 5, it's even 6 times. Make sure that end of that feather is locked in there real good. And gives a little red neck there. All right, that's pretty good. And you got a little bit left over, and you can trim that off. But I'll do that afterwards. So I'll wrap this real good. I'll wrap it a few more times, and I'm gonna lock it and knot it up. All right, these takes, it's kind of so tedious with the little feather. You gotta make sure you get good knots on this. It would take forever to make a video if I didn't have it already at the beginning. So I got that tied up good and tight. Really try not to tear the string. I like to cut it because it. All right, and then this has got a little piece sticking out. You can trim that off a little bit. Just trim it, there you go. And I left my little loop. All right, there you go. And that gives it a little body standing up. Gives it a full body. You can see that chenille in there. And that, how that's standing up. Here, I can hold it with my pliers. There you go. And that gives that a really standing up, and that little body, with it spun like that, the little feathers are sticking out, and gives it a full body look. Pretty neat. You can see the pink still underneath of it, but there you go. I've not perfected this, but they look pretty cool. And there you go, Law-LawDogJigs. The old spin, I forget what they call this, but that's a real unique looking jig. And Law-LawDogJigs. Like, comment, share. Go fishing.